Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts. This is my reaction to Zack Snyder's Justice League Part 3 and Part 4. Now, unlike the intro Part 1 and Part 2 reaction of Zack Snyder's Justice League I uploaded earlier on the channel, that intro actually was recorded before I started watching the film. This is being recorded after the fact. I just got done editing the reaction portion and I wanted to record this intro and kind of an outro kind of thing discussing parts 3 and 4 for this video so that there's more than just my reaction in the video, because I could easily put part 1 and part 2 is already out, go check it out, and here's the reaction, then okay, wait for more. Like, I wanted to add a little bit more to it, so here it is. So far, in the terms of me watching the film after seeing parts 1 and 2, I was really enjoying what was happening and all of the new stuff we were getting and all of the better stuff in terms of like scenes that, you know, Zack's version, of course, and then the reshoots were just and so then getting in now parts 3 and 4, we get to see even more cool stuff and learn more cool things. And then, of course, Cyborg's backstory. It's fantastic. So I'm excited for you guys to see my reactions to part 3 and part 4, because this was a little bit harder to edit than the intro part 1 and part 2. So hope you guys enjoy it. Oh, shit. Oh, that is so cool. I like how the explosion broke the music and it's back now to sound.
Where is it? No son or daughter of Atlantis will ever tell you.
Oh, what the fuck is that? Music. Should have been there.
Everything I know you can do today.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see what you can do tomorrow.
Nice.
No firewall can stop you.
I really just love the design of Cyborg.
Its entire nuclear arsenal you could launch with a thought.
Oh, he smiled. I like the cover. The face cover, that's interesting. They're like, the fuck is that? Just sitting in the dark.
Barry Allen, very attractive Jewish boy. He drinks milk. I don't drink milk.
I just love this scene so much. Still continuing.
What are your superpowers again?
Rich.
I'm rich.
I'm rich. The FSP. I heard about that was in here.
Of course.
Dang.
And maybe you already know I need your help. The world has.
Fuck the world.
Okay.
Obviously.
So the world thinks he's dead.
You're looking at the hottest thing on earth. The exact words I said to my prom date. She dumped me anyway.
Say they saw flying monsters by the
They did.
Police Academy.
Exactly. Yep. God. More brutal on the Atlanteans, Jesus. Oh. About to say. Jesus.
What a saint.
You dare speak of Queen Atlanta that way?
Your queen.
Oh, shit. I love that shot. I've always loved that shot. I like the little bits that they're adding in that were cut. That's really cool. Good guess. Damn. The theme. Yeah, taking the hits. Damn. Come on, you got this. Come on. That is so cool. Oh. Book. Book.
You have the blood of the old gods in you.
Thank you for the save. They're just taking him away. Damn. And there he is. It's a symbol. Is that the same symbol? The same symbol that Darkseid, I think, made, or a version of it, I think.
He searched the universe for the ultimate weapon. The anti-life equation. The key to controlling all life and
Come
all
on, we
real
gotta continue this storyline. Come on.
Steppenwolf.
His voice.
My lord, I am but your humble servant. You will come to earth. I have turned 100,000 worlds to
Dust.
and all of existence shall be mine.
Shall be mine.
Why don't we just destroy it? Fire doesn't destroy the
You can't destroy a mother box. Oh, wait, can you? Maybe?
back to the States in 44.
That's so cool. He's in the scene talking about it. That's cool. They're singing up close shot of it.
Technology can free us there. Aren't they psycho murder machines? They're change machines. The boxes don't think in terms of... Who's gonna say it? I'm not...
The theme. Oh my gosh, the music. I mean, probably not easy. There's a few others, but yeah. Oh! Okay. I was like, That is so cool. That is so cool. Yay!
Did it call out to Steppenwolf? None of the boxes did. Not until Superman died.
There you guys have it. That was my reaction to part 3 and part 4 of Zack Snyder's Justice League. I really like these parts together. It was really cool because I put the intro part 1 and part 2 together, and then as I was thinking about it, part 3 and part 4, those would be good. I mean, I could have them as separate videos, but as I was editing, I'm like, you know, this could work as part 3 and part 4, so I decided to go that way. Some highlights in this. I mean, first of all, Cyborg's backstory. Oh my gosh. They cut all of that out in the theatrical cut from what I remember. None of that was really shown. Don't even know if it was really talked about. But there was so much more with seeing him at the football game where he won. His mother was there. Of course, his father wasn't. And then in the car, the fatal car crash that almost killed him. Of course, his mother unfortunately passed away. And then learning about his father immediately going, I'm not going to let you die. And then you see, of course, the up-close shot, because they had, you know, they had the camera pulled away during the BVS little footage when they were looking through the different video files of the Justice League members, essentially kind of teasing them for this, for what would have been Zack Snyder's Justice League, of course, was not the theatrical of the whole thing. But they show an up close shot of him being basically turned into Cyborg because of the mother box and because of his father, and seeing how that all unfolded. And it was just a much more personal thing, and him helping that woman who was basically just struggling for money, and helped her even though he had nothing to gain from it. He did it because that's the kind of person he is, and I felt that was very powerful. Of course, that was completely cut from the theatrical version. We saw, now the more I think about it, the Barry Allen scene, of course, saving Iris, you don't know that's Iris. They tell you it's Iris, but that could have been any girl that he ran into. But it's Iris, because they've confirmed that, of course. The more I think about it, because I was just so, like, enamored with everything else in this film, I kind of wish Iris had maybe another scene or two. Like, maybe he runs into her again, or, like, she seeks out him, because she has to know that this is kind of crazy. Like, all of a sudden, I'm in this car crash. I'm now on the ground and completely unharmed, and then this guy just runs away and there's lightning everywhere. I mean, wouldn't you want to know what the hell's going on with that? So, I don't know. I'm not really sure, but I mean, that scene was just really cool, like where he's sliding on the pavement, on the asphalt, and then you see it like just crumble up. That was so cool. But yeah, I mean, it's an interesting scene nonetheless, and it goes on for a long time in the slow-mo of it all, but I mean, he's in, as the CW calls on the Flash show on the CW, Flash Time, where he slows everything down. So Barry was doing that. Of course, we're recruiting, or at least attempting to. Barry instantly says yes to Bruce, which is awesome. I love that. I love the fact that when he throws the Batarang, it actually goes on for a little bit longer. They kept a good portion of it in the theatrical cut, but there's a little bit more to that, where he's actually pulling it back a little bit, and then it starts to speed up, and then back to normal. And then I wasn't expecting the Cyborg to say to Diana, "Fuck the world." Like, okay, if that's how you really feel, I mean that's how he really feels, I guess. At that point, he was just like not wanting to deal with it. The rooftop scene, of course, with Alfred and them is definitely better, and I like the fact too that the original shot of Batman on the gargoyle is in there. The original shot, not the reshoot. I think, yeah, there's definitely a reshoot one. If I remember off the top of my head, there's a reshoot one. Just so good. And there's small little like tidbits of dialogue from that of course is in Zack's version, and it just added a little bit more, just a little bit more about the whole, we all can't fit in your car, I have something bigger. And of course he's talking about that the walker or whatever, the tank, not the tank, the walker or something like that. But regardless, that's what he's referring to. The fight with what's that, dark side? We'll get the dark side in a second. With Steppenwolf and the parademons, definitely under Gotham Harbor is definitely better. There's a lot more action there, and it's really cool to see the original version of Barry in that scenario and Cyborg, because if I remember, like there was a lot of reshoot within that where Barry's like, I just wish people would run away, like he was so scared, and then Bruce like, save one person. And then it goes from that to the original version, is that all these people are standing, they finally get on the rooftop or something, and this stuff is crashing down, and Barry's jumping all over the place above them. It was so freaking cool to see that. I'm glad that they kept that in. And there was no, Barry, of course, didn't know really what to do, but at least he had more something to do here. And Diana fighting Steppenwolf definitely was better here. Definitely more of a highlight in this when they were actually fighting each other. Well, of course, I kind of skipped over the Steppenwolf going after the Lanterns and getting that mother box, but that was pretty insane too. Like definitely more bloody, and the mirror thing where she was like pulling blood out of his face or whatever, like her ability. Holy crap! I'm trying to go in order of how it goes, but it's late at night, guys. But that was really cool. I mean, the R rating just makes it a little more bloodier, but man, he seemed like he was a little bit harsher on the Lanterns than the Themyscirans. Maybe I'm wrong, but he was brutal regardless. But yeah, the whole fight under the harbor, Gotham Harbor, was definitely like more intense. It definitely was. I mean, I was really enjoying how intense it got, because I'm like, I don't remember it being this crazy in the theatrical cut, and I don't think it was. So, of course, Aquaman shows up in a typical fashion there, as he did in the theatrical version, and was able to stop the water enough for at least not to the point where they basically drown. Don't think Diana would, but, you know, anyways. I'm trying to think. Okay, so, oh, yes. Steppenwolf discovers the anti-life equation, completely cut. Of course, because Darkseid's not even in the theatrical cut. But he discovers the anti-life equation. Okay. So this is where things are starting to get a little bit intense in terms of, like, we're starting to build stuff up here. And then Darkseid shows up on that slab. It was Desaad so far, now it's Darkseid. Ooh, Steppenwolf. Ray Porter. So good. So good, Ray Porter. Of course, the voice of Darkseid. And I think he did the mocap as well. But, and then, of course, all of his existence shall be mine, and he's going to come to Earth to claim his great prize. I think that was such a really interesting conversation because you see the dynamic. I mean, you were kind of, you know, starting to think about the dynamic because of how Desaad was talking to Steppenwolf about everything, about how Darkseid feels about Steppenwolf and what he still owes Darkseid. But to actually see Darkseid talk to Steppenwolf was actually definitely a highlight within these parts. And just so he did the voice, he did the line so well. I mean, the voice is fantastic, but he did the line so well, so good. And then, of course, they're talking Resurrection of Superman, and I think that they handled that a lot better in this version. Like, I just love the fact that they're talking about it, and it's a change machine, as Cyborg said. Like, it's not this evil thing, you know, it's a change machine. It's depending on how you use it. And then questioning, you know, if you burn down like the idea of like lighting a match burns down the house into smoke, but then essentially the smoke can be turned back into a house, and along the lines of like a reference like that in terms of like rebuilding something that has gone, you can rebuild it back into what it was. And essentially, like, Barry's like, well, you think what I'm thinking? Am I going to say? And then Cyborg shows a hologram Superman on top of the mother box, and the music, it was so good. So, and the thinking is, their mother boxes didn't awaken and basically send out a signal, in a sense, to Steppenwolf until Superman died. So he comes back. Maybe that would fix things, or maybe that would change things. But as soon as the mother box is awakened, he knows exactly where it's at. So, yeah. But overall, great stuff here. Part 3 and Part 4 kicked major ass. If I missed anything, I apologize. Like I said, it's late at night, and I'm trying to get through this. But overall, really good stuff. And, you know, I'm glad that, you know, these, it actually exists. And I'm actually able to upload these reactions. Because it was really fun to watch the film and just kind of just, you know, sink my teeth into this amazing film that has so much more depth, so much more character, so much more amazing moments, because the theatrical cut definitely didn't have any of that. I hate the fact that I actually liked it back then, because I'm an idiot. Didn't know what I was thinking. Should have known. But anyways, what'd you guys think of Part 3 and Part 4 of Zack Snyder's Justice League? I'm curious to know what were some of your highlights, whatever thoughts you have. Let me know in the comment section below. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.